inside of my Facebook group, the Personal Branding Strategies for Female Entrepreneurs. So if you're not a part of that, send me a DM, commenting here, and I'll send you the link. But I'm going to tell you a story. I was coming back from San Diego last night, and I got a message from somebody very dear to me, somebody that is actually a little advanced in business. And she was like, I am so fucking confused. I have so many offers. I have grown through the last couple of years and I feel lost. I don't know what to post. I don't know what to say. And she was like in this confusion state. So it made me think how many of us, and this includes me when I first started my business, we do not take the steps that I'm going to share with you today. Now, when we talk about brand clarity, I want you to understand is like that clarity that you know exactly what to say, exactly what to post. When you go to promote your business, you are so in your power about your messaging that you know it's landing with your clients. And I think one of the biggest problems that we have is that we believe that brand clarity today is brand clarity forever. So that's number one. So I kind of want you to take mental note of these, that as we are evolving in your business, in your brand, in your personal brand, your brand is going to evolve with you. So maybe the products, maybe the messaging, not so much the products, but maybe the messaging that you had when you first started may not fit the client that you are serving at this very moment. So I want to start with that. And I want you to kind of like think about this. How can actually having brand clarity can help you grow your business, right? Because this is about working on your business as opposed to working in your business. And what happens is when we do not do this work often and repeatedly over a period of a year, or when you are starting your business, what happens is now you're chasing your tail. And I see these day in and day out. Now, disclaimer, I believe that women should be doing this work about every 6 months to a year, or every time that you're feeling confused, right? So let's talk a little bit about the two sides of brand clarity. So one is the internal side, that is you actually feeling clear on what is your messaging. So it's going to help you with your confidence. It's going to help you with, okay, how do I connect with my ideal client? What do I say? What kind of marketing do I put out there? And really understanding what you are doing. So that's the internal part. Now, on the external part, we have our ideal client, right? The clarity in our message so our client actually knows that we are talking to them. And I know this sounds kind of weird, right? But like if you are showing up on social media and your content is not resonating and your content is not necessarily creating people asking you, people reaching out and be like, hey, how can I work with you? Hey, what is it that you do? Or whatever it is, if it's not creating some sort of traction, you need to go back to the drawing board on your messaging. Okay. And that external clarity, I have some notes in here. Let me make sure I'm not forgetting anything. That external clarity, what is going to help you with is really with attracting clients that they are for your, hey Margot, good morning, attracting clients that they are for you. Okay. So what I am going to share with you today is what we call the formula for brand clarity. I'm going to be teaching this in my bootcamp that it's coming November 6th through the 14th. So in 2 weeks, we are teaching this bootcamp. It is a $17 bootcamp with an option for you to upgrade to a VIP, where I actually get to do the homework with you. We go through all of these. And this is only just one day of the bootcamp. But the reason why I wanted to come live and talk about it is I just recorded a whole podcast episode on this, because this is what keeps coming up for people. They don't do this work, or even when they do it, they don't stick with it. So I want to share with you the four stages of brand clarity, and then we'll go briefly into all of them. So I like to call the stages of brand clarity the why, the what, the who, and the how. Okay. So if you think about it, right, immediately when you start thinking, okay, why do I do what I do? What it is that you do. This is where most people go rogue. Like, oh, Margot here on Instagram. Oh, I sell fitness products or I sell wellness products. People like will say, oh, I sell houses. Well, I'm going to tell you that's probably not what you truly do. What is the transformation that you offer? We're going to get into that more in a minute. Who do you do it for, right? And then how do you do it? So this is literally the formula. Why are you doing it? What do you do? Who do you do it for, and how do you do it? Now, the reason why this is so important is because when you are going to talk to your clients, oh, no sound. Oh, that's interesting. Thank you. Okay, let me see. Give me 1 second. I'm sure that I'm probably have sound on other platforms. Let me check. Thank you. Okay, so I'm checking this platform. If anybody's watching on Facebook, that would be awesome. If you can let me know. I don't even know why. Let's see. Okay. So when somebody jumps on, I will ask them, can you hear me right now? Like, I know there is people watching. I can see the little eye at the top. If you could let me know in the comments if you can hear me, because there were people telling me that they couldn't hear me. Okay. So yeah, thank you, Facebook. And if you are on Instagram, let me know if you can hear me. Okay. So let's keep going. So I was talking about the stages of brand clarity. I'm going to go back for the people on Instagram that couldn't hear it. So the formula for brand clarity is, why are you doing what you're doing? Now, this is not your internal why. This is not your personal why, okay? This is the big vision that you have for the change that you want to make in the world. So, for example, for me, I know that when I work with women, they become more confident. They start putting themselves on social media. They show up on networking events, and that starts growing, right? That's the beginning. So they start by showing up on social media, then they become authorities in what they do. People, I switch. Oh my God, what is happening? So I know somebody's watching right now on Instagram. Let me know if you can hear me. Thank you for switching from Instagram. That's awesome. I'm assuming that's Margot. So I'm talking about the big why, right? The big why around why you do what you do. Remember, people care why you do something. Okay, they don't necessarily care about what it is that you do. So I know that I talk about my story when I had my first year of full time in business, that it was literally so hard. I didn't have any of these in place. So I was throwing spaghetti at the wall. I was feeling like I was not worthy of my business. I was feeling that all the feelings that were like people were not coming to me. Nobody saw me as an authority on what I did. Once I started doing this, things are starting to shift really freaking quick. Okay. So why you do it? What is it that you do? Who do you do it for? And how do you do it? Okay. I'm going to go into all of them right now. So the why stage, I want you to write this down. Now, this is the thing, you guys. I want you to think of business strategy. All these things need to be written down because you're going to go back to them over and over and over. If you are thinking of big businesses, right, to model and to be, okay, how are these people bringing in 100,000 a year, 200,000 a year, 300,000 a year, a million a year. They are following guidelines when it comes to their messaging, their positioning, everything they do. It's all about repeating their messaging and having, hello, Erin, good morning, and having a very clear understanding on what it is that they're promoting, why they are promoting it, who they are promoting it to, and how are they going to promote it. Okay, so let's jump into the why real quick. So the why stage, you guys, the big overlaying reason why you do what you do. This is not you wanting to quit your business, your job. This is not you wanting to make more money. Now, internally, that why is absolutely perfect. But externally, we want to talk about the difference, why people want to work with us. They don't want to work with us because you want to make X amount of money. They want to work with you because of your story, because of the reason you started your business and what precedes you. Okay. They see themselves in you as the person that can walk them through the journey that they are going through. So that could be health, that could be business building, that could be whatever it is. Okay. So I want you to ask yourself 3 questions. Why did you start your business in the first place? Okay. So talk about that big why. Did you start it because you wanted to make a difference? Did you start it because you knew that you had a big message that you wanted to share? What was that message? I'm talking the big difference you want to make in the world. Now, the other one that can help you actually get to that why, if you don't understand what that means to you, is what does success mean for your brand? This one is life changing because success for your business may be about the number, may be about, hey, hitting a revenue number, hitting X amount of clients, hitting X amount of enrollments, right? But success for your brand comes down for how many lives you touch. So for me, success for my brand is seeing women showing up in social media, pitching themselves to podcasts, starting to speak on stages, networking like a boss, showing up in their power. And a lot of that comes back to confidence and community, and not necessarily to the number in my bank account. Right? So do you see how that is a completely different success measuring stick? So you can start with that and you can start sharing that, because that is the heart of your brand. Okay. So the other one is, how do you achieve that? So if you look at your business and your brand and what makes you really happy, one of the things that you can start asking yourself is, if I want to help more women achieve X, in my case is confidence and community, it became really clear to me, for example, that a podcast was the way to go and that a live event was the way to go, because community, for me, in my point of view, it's better served when we are all together in person. So when I started asking myself these questions, it became really clear what I had to do. So how do you achieve that brand success? Right? Because when you are in front of more people, inherently, if your messaging and your offers are all aligned, you're going to make more sales. Okay. So, again, questions that you can ask yourself are, why did you start your business on the first place? What does success means for your brand, and how do you achieve it? Now, this is the thing. I actually have a client call in 5 minutes that I have to jump on, but we are going to go through the whole brand clarity formula on the bootcamp November 6th through the 14th. The link is in my bio. So if you are on Facebook, I am going to go back and put the link in there. And if you are on Instagram, you can go to the link on my bio, and you can comment on this live. And I am going to go back tomorrow at 9 a.m. again live and keep talking about this concept of brand clarity. Because if you don't have brand clarity, I promise you that this is the first step that you need to take for that brand success. So I hope this was helpful. Also, the podcast is going to be coming out in a few hours, I believe, and it's all about brand clarity. So this week, we are going to take the whole week to really dive in and help you get that brand clarity so you can actually get business growth. I hope you have an amazing Monday, and I'll see you tomorrow morning. Bye, you guys.